Hello LGBTQ plus DL men, women who secretly love us and support us. Kevin here with the video. So, um, I'm sure that you saw the photos, and I couldn't find them in the past video that was recorded yet. This is what shows up when I search my name, and when I think about it, it's like there's this thought about how prior to being spiritually awakened, there was this fear of prison. There was this fear of going to prison. And then I experienced prison in 2020 and in 2021. All of those times, it was three times. And now I'm in a house that doesn't have water going through the pipes. There were times that I walked to the store and if you've seen my previous video, then you sort of know you would know the reason why jail happened in 2020 and 2021. In 2020, it was for the reason of trying to be with my twin flame, and I realized that for the divine feminine, it's not for the divine feminine to try to be with them. And right now in my journey, there's like this confusion about what is being felt, if it's a part of the twin flame journey or if it's something karmic or whatever. And so even though I have been in some way allowing people to receive spiritual information from me, there hasn't been this flow of income, even when in the past, prior to going to prison, there was trying to start a business, and that didn't take off the way that I wanted it to. Even in the past, I realized that I deleted the old social media accounts, and now there are new social media accounts, and trying to build off of these new social media accounts is I'm not going to say that there aren't followers. There are people that are following. There are people that are active. It's just there's right now. It's just it's cloudy to what needs to be done. And in the past, I spoke about not wanting to be a person that is too emotional in terms of expressing feelings, although there has to be emotion showed for there to be, you have to be in touch with your emotions in order to be empathic. And those moments from prison don't define who I am now. Although they happen, through like the main thing was escapism and trying to escape things that spirit told me was going to happen. And I spoke to a family member today telling them that there was messages letting me know that prison was going to happen before it happened. And now that it happened, it's just, how you're perceived by the world is however they perceive you. With it, I thought that maybe it was about being really honest with my twin was the reason. Yet it just seems that in the spiritual world, you don't know things until you're supposed to know, but when you know it, it's already happened. Like prison has already happened. So I often think about what is the purpose. And that song Billie Eilish did for Barbie, where she speaks about what was I made for, and she also spoke about how it really relates to her in her like daily life. And I think many people that are on the journey to become enlightened have those moments where they think, what is the purpose? And we don't know until we're supposed to know. And if I was just if I was here to have the experience and, be taken care of and allow to have these experiences and experience them, and you're doing your best and you wonder what is the reward for being enlightened and awakened to what's being experienced, besides having the gift of being able to do those things. And I'm not going to speak too much on this because I have another project that I'm wanting to work on, although when there's a thought about working on those projects, I wonder if Spirit is actually wanting those things to be worked on. This video isn't I'm speaking about things that I didn't think that I was going to speak about on this video, because it's flowing in a different way that I expect for it to flow. Although aloe, that may be a sign of aloe vera water, aloe vera, the aloe. When I think about how even Suki Hana had a video where she spoke about what she would trick and do things for her kids, and how people view her as an artist. And I what I personally think about Sukihana is that she makes entertaining music, and they speak about her not having a feature with Cardi, and Cardi being her friend and things like that, and these things being said about her. But Sugihana is one of those artists that doesn't truly need a feature. Like, I think she is somewhat seen as one of those artists that is going to be popular on her own. Like, her music is meant to be popular in her own lane. I'm not sure that she is meant to be featuring with many artists. And just like Sexy Red, like, I think there's a difference between Sexy Red and Sukihana. Like, Sukihana makes music for like entertaining. She's like, she spoke about being entertaining, and that she is. And I also seen the number 1111 was turned into 1112. But when she when she spoke about her song called Eating, and some of her other music, some of us, even like when people speak about gay people and things like that, when you think about how Sukihana is judged for the type of music she makes, and how gay people, when they are out with who they are, and trans are out with who they are, and biracial couples, I also seen the number 1212, biracial couples, or people that, not biracial, interracial couples who date outside of their race and things like that. All of these people are judged from people on the outside of their personal experience. And what I think sometimes is that, I know I spoke about like being able to, sometimes I have these times where I just like, these things have to be spoken about. They have to be spoken about. I feel that certain messages just flow, and they flow through me, and I have to deliver them how they need to be delivered. And when I think about how these beings are being judged by beings on the outside of the journey, of their personal journey, they are meant to be the star within their journey, and to be present within their journey for other people that are experiencing similar things, that may be having some difficulty expressing themselves as the star in their own journey. Like when you have somebody of the LGBTQ community, and they speak about being out or trans or whatever, and they are present in the open with their beliefs and things like that, then those beings are there to challenge, those beings are there to challenge them for their beliefs, and not truly being aware of their own actions towards them. Although those beings are also there to have the experience so that they can become strong within who they are. And I think that with Sugihana, she could be that for herself, And that's why I said that there's a belief that she should be that star for herself that makes a name for herself, the same way Nicki Minaj did. And Nicki Minaj also speaks about how in the beginning she speaks about her career where people would uh they made her the guinea pig is what she spoke about. And I think with Sukihana is meant to um be present, although people speak about her music being whole culture music, and how that is in correlation to the pictures that you've seen of the jail photos, is that these are old photos. These have already been there, but I think it is meant now to allow it to be there and allow people to see it because it's there. It's there. It's not like people wouldn't see it. And even if it was expunged, there would still be people that will speak about it. And that that is also the thought about um, in the past, there was this openness about speaking about people's um, health and whether there was karma received for expressing those people's health. There was this belief at that time that um, they were meant to be able to stand within their power and speak about those things. And when those people expressed themselves in a way that showed that they weren't ready for that, there was a realization that um, the opportunity for them to be open with that was taken from them. And I also seen the number 1717, which if you may see it as 88. And I've spoken openly about being apologetic to those people, yet it is also like known that when people do things to upset you, or if you've ever been some things happen for you, like everything happens for you, but when people do things to unintentionally hurt you, you have to be aware that it's unintentional. And people love you from their level of consciousness. So when people love you, is when people do something that you perceive as thinking that you didn't deserve it or whatever, it was for the betterment of your soul for its journey. It was meant to help you. It was meant to help you grow. When you can perceive it in a way that even when a family member has raised you from, or when those family members say that I raised you from such and such, and da 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 da. And when you start to grow spiritually, you have to have that perception that, like when people call another person karmic or narcissistic or any of those words, what do you think, if you were raised by those people, what do you think you are in relation to them if they raise you and you're unconditioning those conditioned ways of living? wouldn't you, if you were raised by a narcissist, wouldn't that make you a narcissist that is unconditioning the narcissism or unconditioning the karmic ways of living? There has to be that awareness that, you know, when I initially saw the photos, it was there was there was sadness until I perceived it in a different way. Um, Honestly, there's like this thought about relationships. You know how many people of like value or have people that are seen of value would look at a person that has went to jail and say that maybe they wouldn't want to be with a person like that, or maybe that is just a thought pattern that I need to become aware of, that not everybody is going to see it that way, for the reason that um, the purpose um, for the purpose of how like those events occurred in the past weren't like what you think they were. And they don't divine who they don't divine. Oh, what is that? They don't they don't dictate, or I was talking thinking about what I had said. They don't divine. Not sure how that came out. They don't dictate who I am in this now moment. Yet I can also speak that if those events hadn't happened, I wouldn't have truly understood the way that the divine works. How I was truly awakened to my purpose through those events of the past, and to know that the journey is the journey is continuing. It's not like a learn all the lessons and then that's it. It's just a continuation of the journey. Like, and then there was this feeling that it somewhat just, I guess, released itself, but there was this feeling of like just all of those emotions and feelings just being released off of the body. Like it was an uncomfortable like feeling that just was released earlier as I was expressing those things. So maybe when I'm editing, I will see those things just being released. Um, I thought about Billie Eilish's song again. What was I made for? And oftentimes when I have these questions that arise, also have like an immediate like spiritual message. And And I don't want it to show up as like spiritual ego, yet you can't deny how um, spiritual lessons of others help in the current journey. And when I think about it, we're here for spirit to experience itself. We inhabit these vessels for spirit to experience itself. We are here to experience ourselves through other beings, through the world, through everything. We are it experiencing it. And when I think about what I was saying, relationships, and if a person truly wants love with you, if they truly want love with you, they will see you for who you are, and not the things that you not how the rest of the world perceives you. They will see you for you. And I was speaking to a family member earlier today where I was telling them that in order to have a perfect relationship, I don't even want to use the word perfect, and I think that that's something that can show up as a problem sometimes, like trying to be perfect for the reason that we are perfect in the eye of spirit, and we have to become aware that this was the thing. If you are trying to manifest love, you have to first become aware of what in what you bring to what they say, what you bring to the table. What is it that you are asking of the partner that you're wanting? How much of what you're asking of the partner are you capable of doing for yourself? And then there's this thought about, if you are capable of doing all of those things, what is the need for that partner? And the thing is, I saw a marriage on YouTube that oh, okay. There was this marriage on YouTube that the person that does the marriage ceremony, they I'm not sure of the name right now. Stop the judging, okay? Um, they spoke and said, "Do you take that person as your divine mirror?" So that one person would mirror the things that they would need to help them be the best version of themselves for the rest of their life, is what they said for their vows, or whatever you want to call it. And that was very interesting for the reason that, as a twin flame, God has already set a specific person, or you have already set to find yourself within this 3D experience in this lifetime. And it was just interesting that that was said. So, for those who are um, may not even know that they are the runner of the journey, yet there has to be this awareness that if you've heard of the twin flame journey, then you are a twin, and just know that your divine mirror, who has been who is essentially you in this 3D experience, you are meant to be with them. So it isn't really like, you can try to, I guess you can say, running from them, but there is no running from them, because the universe is going to bring you to them always. It's going to remind you of them always. And this can be kind of sort of like the last point of note or whatever that can be made, is that there was this thought about how when things are experienced, right, and you're not wanting to speak about something, if you're not wanting to speak about something, that doesn't deny that it happened or is being experienced. So it's meant to be spoken about. Maybe you just don't know how to say it yet, or now this does need to be known, is that some things within your journey are sacred and is meant to be for you and the divine. But mainly, if you experience something and you are meant to be seen, then maybe you're what you think or are perceiving to be like sacred or can't be shared. Maybe ask your spirit team, can it be shared? And the thing is, um, if you don't know if it can be shared, ask the divine, can it be shared? There's some, me and my spirit team, we've been having conversation, and there's like just something that you just truly don't understand, and when it starts to be created for you to express it, allow it to be what is being created. So I had to kind of undo this because it started to get, I had it tied a little too tight. But when I think about those photos, and this can be the closing of this video, is that what you have been through in the past is meant for you to be who you are for your experience, so that you have the experience to be able to teach others. You have something that has happened, and you may hear people say that they're empaths or whatever, or spiritualists or twin flame coaches or whatever that they identify as. Yet the thing is, who you are in this now moment is what truly matters. And it's truly about being who you are meant to be. And I spoke to the family member about that. Is when you identify as something, when you identify as one thing, wouldn't that denounce that you are everything? And when I think about that, like when people say that they're non-binary or they're sapiosexual or whatever, or even the word vegan, and that's what I told them earlier, is that if you're vegan but you like regular cheese, yet vegan cheese may come with an ingredient that is man-made, and maybe that ingredient isn't is healthy, is something that comes from a cow, and then so you like regular cheese, you have to learn how to become aware that life is meant to be enjoyed, and about perfection. If you're struggling with being perfect, maybe something in your journey being unperfect is showing you how to align with being unperfect. And I saw 444, like 3 and then 444. So spiritual truth. But yeah, wrapping this video up. It is done, and thank you for watching.